someone close is scheming and plotting on your peace. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, someone close is scheming and plotting on your peace. Somebody drop in the comments and say, my peace is everything. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, my peace is everything. I want y'all to understand this when it comes to peace, right? See, peace is when you are comfortable within your own skin, right? Peace is when you don't need a group or organization, family, friends, spousal support, whatever the case is, y'all, to make you feel comfortable about yourself and to validate you, all right? Peace is when you can have a cup of coffee, right? And sit down and watch the Jamie Foxx show, Martin show, the Bill Cosby show, Living Single, I don't care what show you watching, all right? But you don't need that attention or that excessive support from other people on the outside. You are able to kick it by yourself, with yourself, and be happy with self. That's true peace. Peace is when you are genuinely happy, not from things, but from internal security, all right? See, peace is singular, not plural. Let me say that once again, y'all. Peace is single and not plural. What that means is, once again, you don't need an entity, a group, a person, or people to give you that validation, all right? This is why they're mad. This is why they're trying to destroy it. Because you keep showing all 32 teeth, and it's pissing them off. Y'all, it's a reason why billionaires commit suicide. There's a reason why millionaires feel so alone and depressed, because they feel like all people want from them is their money, their experiences, or even to be a part of their lifestyle. This is why. They don't have true peace. They have things which brings them temporary happiness, but it don't bring them peace. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. So if you have peace, you got to understand something, y'all. You're going to have the devil's henchmen to come at you, trying to kill, steal, and destroy your peace. Kill, steal, and destroy your mind. Kill, steal, and destroy your happiness. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm not going down that easy. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I'm not going down that easy. Because when you are at peace, you are essentially unbothered. They can't touch you. And there's nothing they can say to you to get you to give them a reaction, right? When you have peace, it don't matter about how big your house is, who your man is, your woman is. It don't matter about where you can travel to. It don't matter what you got. You are genuinely in a place of peace, right? See, I seen a post, y'all, that Chris Brown had made the other day, and he said that sometimes I have to escape, right? And it's funny that he used that word escape, because it's like you can become a prisoner to your own fame, to your own success. Y'all follow? He said, sometimes I have to escape. And what he does is he dress up, he covers his entire self up, right? So he got his face covered up, probably all black or something that's going to throw people off to where they don't know who he is, obviously. And I thought that was interesting, because sometimes, y'all, us as people, we don't realize that sometimes you have to escape your reality. You have to escape family members. You have to escape friends. Sometimes escape the world, because we can become a prisoner to what everybody else think, right? But once you have alleviated that portion or phase of your life, and you begin to worry about your own confirmation, your own self-realization, and your own opinion, you no longer have to escape, because you're no longer bound or a prisoner to anything. So with that being said, y'all, you are officially at peace. That's what I'm saying. So understand this right here, y'all. The fact that you are now at peace, people are going to try to destroy that with everything that they have, right? Because they are still trying to figure out, how can I escape my reality? How can I escape my toxic relationship? How can I escape this terrible job that I'm working, but it pays the bills, so unfortunately, I gotta do it. They haven't figured out how to escape the rat race, right? But sticking to the point, y'all, someone is scheming and plotting on your peace because your peace is precious. As y'all can see, y'all, I had to go Rambo on them today, y'all. Got the arms out, looking like and feeling like Jax from Mortal Kombat. For those who know, y'all know. But yeah, y'all, we outside connected with nature. I don't see no geese, no turtle, not even really no people, y'all. Maybe everybody at work or something like that, right? But the waterfalls is out, of course, y'all. And we're taking a stroll today in the park. And family, hopefully this message resonate with you. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in to the very end because you want to understand and hear everything I got to say in this video, right? But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get directly into it. I'm sending nothing but peace, prosperity, and happiness to the family. Okay, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. First thing first, y'all, number one. Here's a sign that a person is scheming and plotting on your peace. They bring chaos to your door. Yep. Let me say it once again, y'all. Louder from my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they bring chaos to your front door. You ever seen a person or befriended a person or had a family member, you know, that you were connected to who always had nothing but bad news, right? They never have anything good. But the bad news went from bad news to now it's straight chaos, right? All their family members are against them. Everybody at the job hate them. Nothing's working out for them. Their business is going down. They talk to you about what's going on terribly on social media. Nothing is happening well for them. It's like chaos is consistently being brought from them to you at your front door. Have anybody ever been there? Y'all drop that down below in the comments and let me know. When people bring chaos to your life instead of peace, it is because they're trying to invite you in the world. It's almost like a portal, right? It's almost like a portal because when bad things tend to happen, they follow one another, right? When good things tend to happen, they follow one another. I know a lot of people may disagree with this, but the book 48 Laws of Power says, avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. Well, if you're watching this video, some of y'all may say, Reno, I am unhappy and I'm unlucky. What we gonna do about that? I watch your video to get the motivation. I understand that. The difference is between you and those who are unhappy and unlucky, they are comfortable and okay with being within that position. You are seeking self-improvement. You are seeking God. Once again, y'all, the scripture says, seek and you will find, knocking doors will open. So I don't have a problem with those who are unhappy and unlucky as long as they are seeking help. They're seeking to find. They're looking. And they're placing work behind their faith in prayer. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So I wanted to make sure that y'all understood the distinction between those two. But sticking to the point, y'all, when people are bringing chaos to your life and you start noticing things are dying by you, it don't even have to be people. Your plant can be dying, right? Your business died. Your momentum died. Your emotional energy died. It's like you just went down. Your energy just went down because it's drained due to the chaos that they're bringing to you. This can happen in relationships too. A person always just got something bad going on. And you keep being the good person that you are, trying to pour into them, but it's like they are happy with the life that they're living. They complain about what they are, but they never put forth effort about how they're going to, or to, however they're going to get to where they're trying to go. They never do that. It's almost like it's I'm going to just keep talking about it and I'm going to just drain you with it and I'm going to just keep bringing chaos to you. However, this is just how life is. But they keep talking about how they won't change. That's like seeing a person who talk about, oh, I want to stop drinking, but you keep catching them with a cup or can in their hand. I can't take you serious. Oh, I want a good man. Well, why are you not changing your ways? Man, I want me a good woman. Well, why are you not studying what it means to be a man for a good woman? Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Like, I don't take those type of people serious. But the point is, y'all, they are bringing chaos to your door. It's like you always got to fix something. Can you imagine a plumber consistently having to fix someone's toilet for free? Because essentially that's what you're doing. When they are bringing situations to you, you are pouring into them, counseling them, advising them, and fixing them essentially for free. Make sense, y'all? So they bring chaos to your door, and they are happy doing it, all right? Number 2, y'all, it's going to be this right here. They place restrictions on you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they place restrictions on you. This can happen in relationships a lot, marriages a lot, friendships too. Believe it or not, y'all. You have people who are friends who are selfish with their friend, right? So don't think it's just only relationships and marriages. No, people who have friends are selfish with their friend. They pull up and just only want you to spend time with them. They don't want you to come with y'all friends. Nah, they're selfish, basically, right? But sticking to the point, y'all, Malcolm X had this quote. He says that a man who does not have freedom cannot be at peace. Let me say it once again, y'all, louder, for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, he says that a man who does not have freedom cannot be at peace. And man is metaphoric for mankind, meaning man or woman. So this can go for both. But anyway, a man who does not have freedom cannot have peace. That's point blank, period. So if they're trying to place restrictions on you, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't have this, you can't have that. You can't wear this, you can't wear that. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. Make sure you do it this way or it's going to make me feel some type of way. It's like you have these constant restrictions on you. I'm not talking about disrespecting your spouse. I'm not talking about disrespecting your friend. I'm not talking about disrespecting your job. I'm not talking about being disrespectful in any way, shape, form, or fashion. In case some of y'all ladies are saying, "Oh, he preaching to the choir." Nah, you still got to wear them dresses now. That don't go, that's not high, like a crackhead. Yeah, you still got to be respectful. Same thing with my men. You got to be respectful, bro. I'm not talking about that when I say wear. I'm talking about just in general when people who are trying to keep you stagnant, placing restrictions on you, don't want you to shine your light, don't want you to write that book, don't want you to write that song, don't want you to find your purpose, your calling. They place them restrictions on you. So you're going to constantly feel like I'm not all that I can be, right? You're going to constantly feel like there's something else that I could be doing. You're going to constantly feel like you are not where you should be. And it's because they are placing those restrictions on you, right? Even in my marriage, y'all, in relationships that I was in, I always wrote my books. I always did my videos. I always still did things that made me happy, okay? No matter if I felt like it was restrictions or whatever the case was, you still do it, y'all, because people are temporary. You is permanent, which means you have to live with yourself. If you do not do those things that you want, live with no regrets. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. Live with no regrets. You got to live with those regrets. You got to live with that mentality. You got to live with the what ifs and I should have. So instead of that, just still do it anyway, regardless of what restrictions they place on you. You too great for that, all right? Number 3, y'all, they hold grudges for their actions. They hold grudges for their actions. Now, this right here is something that is becoming popular and more popular every day. People are starting to give you the scissors and get mad when you cut them off. People are beginning to do you dirty and get mad at you for calling them out or confronting them about their dirty work. What I'm saying is, y'all, is that people who hold those grudges and try to flip the script on you, they are only scheming and plotting towards your peace. You know why? Because you know exactly the things that you did. You know how much you poured into them. You know what you gave them. You know how you treated them. You know this, right? And here's the funny thing. They know too. But they have to create a false reality, a false narrative they have to create a fake opinion or a fake rumor and throw it out there and try to make that to be the story about you. God knows who you really are. God knows your heart. He already know this. However, y'all, they're going to hold those grudges because they know your heart. Also, they don't know you to the magnitude of how God knows you, but they know that you care. They know that you don't want to see them doing bad. They know that you're not going to slander them the way that they're slandering you. They know those things. However, y'all, they hold those grudges and blame you for their own actions. That's crazy. Number 4, y'all. They isolate you from your support system. All right? They isolate you from your support system. Your support system can be your social media following, right? I would consider y'all a part of my support system, right? Y'all are more than just a system. Y'all are my family. That's why I talk to y'all the way I do. I'm sure a lot of y'all feel like y'all know me because I've been so vulnerable with y'all. But that is considered a support system. Your family can be your support system. You may have positive friends, your support system. Whatever the case is, y'all, people who uplift you, pour into you, help you out genuinely, that is a support system. They advise you, counsel you. That is a support system. They keep you from committing suicide. That is a support system. The point is, y'all, is that they want to isolate you from that so they can pick at your peace, right? Notice a person who have a support system's actions, and notice a person who don't have a support system actions. The person who don't have a support system, they are more on survival mode, right? They're more so on, I got to do what I got to do because it's me against the world, right? They're on some Tupac type stuff. Like, they like, hey, man, I got me. It's me against them, right? Me against y'all. But when you have a support system, you're like, nah, it's us against them. It's we against y'all, right? Because you feel like you have a unit. You feel like you have a support system. So it gives you that peace. But they want to pick at your peace and plot and scheme on your peace because they see how strong you are when you have that assistance. Ladies, never trust a man who don't want you to be close to your family. I'm going to say it once again. Never trust a man who does not want you to be close to your family. All right? Now, there are stipulations to that. Okay? It's stipulations to that. The reason why is because if you have a toxic and dysfunctional family, then for the sake of y'all marriage or relationship, you should want to individually change how you deal with them, or else it's going to mess up y'all empire. But if you clearly have a nice family, a reasonable family, and family who want to see you happy and who respect your boundaries, your man and yourself and your kids and stuff like that, then why wouldn't he want you to be close to that? Sounds like a support system to me. That's just my opinion. However, y'all, that is a sign that a person is trying to scheme and plot on your peace, okay? And it's the same thing for men. Men, if she does not want you to be connected to positive friends, mentors, role models, or people who are going to continuously pour into you, you should look at that. That's a red flag, bro, because it takes a village, not just only to raise kids, but to keep a marriage going, to keep a relationship going, to keep a friendship going, right? You can't just do it by yourself. Y'all have to have outside positive influences. That's with anything in this world, all right? But they isolate you from your support system. Number 5, y'all, it's going to be this right here. They play mind games, all right? This right here is probably going to be the biggest one. They play mind games. Anytime a person play mind games, this is when they're trying to make you guess. They're trying to make you wonder. They're trying to create this mystery. They're trying to mess with your peace. That's all it does. When a person don't answer your phone calls, that's a mind game. When a person texts you back late, that's a mind game. Listen, y'all, 85 to, I'm going to say 95% of people in this world have their phone right here in their hand or their pockets. Yeah, I'm going to say that once again. 95% of people have their phone within their hands or their pockets, which means either you can feel it vibrate, you can hear it going off, or you see it. So a lot of people play mind games because they're trying to scheme and plot on your peace. Just think about the person that you love oh so dearly, right? If they don't answer your phone call, it kind of makes you feel like, dang, what they got going on? You know? Now, some of this stuff plays with the insecurity, right? Some of this stuff is connected to insecurity, my mistake. And when you're talking about a person who's insecure, obviously you're going to have more problems that are even necessary because they have, forget a mind game, they got their own mental issues. But I'm talking about people who are deliberately playing mind games, right? Calling you back 2 to 5 hours later. Nah, that's not a I'm busy. That's a you're not a priority, right? That's not a I'm busy. That's a I'm playing mind games with you because I want to break you. I want you to bow down to me. You know, people play mind games by trying to manipulate you with what you actually think, knowing that is right. However, they try to manipulate it to get you to think the way that they're thinking. People play mind games by gaslighting you, knowing that you are correct. However, they use certain buzzwords for you, like you insecure, knowing that you're trying your best not to be insecure. Use certain buzzwords like you don't trust me. That's gaslighting. It's a mind game to where people begin to second guess themselves. Make sense, y'all? But someone close is scheming and plotting on your peace. All right, so understand that, y'all. Your peace is everything. Drop that down below in the comments once again, y'all. Peace is everything, all right? But family, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to this crib. I'm watching Malcolm X, y'all. I had to come out here and give y'all another video, all right? But y'all make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy, all right? Y'all join that. Y'all got some courses over there. And of course, y'all, I'm building up that tribe over there as well. I can't talk today for some reason. And yeah, family, y'all be sure to book a one-on-one session with your boy, all right? I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.